career of you. I, Nivya Mehta, a faculty at Navkar Institute and Navkar Digital Institute, welcome you all to the Expert Talk Show. Today we have with us Anandya Sen Gupta sir, who is a chartered accountant by profession. Welcome Anandya sir to this particular platform of NBI Expert Talk Show.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. So let me brief about Anandya sir. उनका जो illustrious career है, उसके बारे में I'm going to tell you certain things. So, sir is a chartered accountant having almost 9.5 years of work experience in two of the largest companies of India. One is ITC and other one is ICICI Bank. He has managed the entire gamut of finance and accounts of an ITC group company as a CFO since its inception in the year 2015 and scaled it up to achieve profitability within 3 years of operations. The company manufactures Sunfeast brands of biscuits at its manufacturing facility of Assam, delivering turnover of rupees 150 crores and providing regular employment to almost 800 persons. Apart from being a CFO, he has also managed the additional responsibility of regional finance manager east of ITC's food business divisions, which involved managing and controlling the finance operations and investments of more than rupees 1200 crores of manufacturing Ashirwad Atta and other allied activities. One interesting thing about sir is that apart from having a 9.5 years of rich experience, right now he is pursuing his 1-year MBA from one of the most prestigious institutes of India, that is IIM Ahmedabad. And he has taken a sabbatical, he has left his job and he's continuing this. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, I resigned after almost 9.5 years of work experience to continue and enrich my learning experience.
So it's actually a very brave decision to continue your studies even after such a huge span of your career. So we are going to get back on this particular part, that what led you to this journey of yours and then start your sabbatical again.
Yeah.
So starting with this particular talk show, sir, my first question to you would be, can you brief us about your journey of being a chartered accountant and from where you started and what prompted you to take this particular course of being a CA?
Yeah, so I started my CA journey in 2005 along with my, after I completed my 12th exam, I joined HL Institute of Commerce.
Okay.
That is HL Morning. And along with that, I also started my CA parallelly. That time it was under the P1, P2 and final scheme.
Yes.
It used to be minimum 5 years to become a CA. And I became a CA in first attempt by clearing all the levels in the first attempt. So I had done my tuitions, CA tuitions from Navkar Institute, especially the PE2 scheme, which is currently called the IPCC or PCC.
Yes.
In the new scheme. So I did my articleship also from Ahmedabad, from Haribhakti and Company, which is one of the top CA firms of India.
Yes.
That time they tied up with BDO Consulting. So I got to do multiple audits of, say, 94.3 MyFM, Mudra Institute of Communications, Ahmedabad, MICA, then NID, then Vodafone India, internal audit also I do. So I did parallelly, and in 2009 November I cleared my CA final exams, and since the articleship got over of it was a 3 years period that time, it got over in July 2010.
Yes.
So I set for campus placements in September, and I got my first job in ICICI Bank.
Okay.
So there I worked for 1 year. I was posted in Operational Risk Management Group in Mumbai.
Okay.
So this is my CA journey in that way. Then I started my professional career from there onwards.
All right. So as you said that you have been a part of Haribhakti Group, and since then you were working with all the big companies. So you have worked with all topmost companies, and now you were currently working with ITC, and then you left your job. So since your inception only, you were associated with all the big companies. So you're very well aware about the workings of these big companies, right?
Yeah.
So can you brief us? How are the opportunities for new chartered accountants in all these big companies, and what kind of approach these CAs should have if they want to enter into these companies?
Yeah, so what I've observed for the past 15-20 years from the CA placement statistics and all, the best companies to work for and which offer the best pay and work profile are ITC and HUL. So for
Okay.
chartered accountants, these are the top companies to work for. Like one would know the average salary of a fresher chartered accountant, it is around 6 to 7 lakhs. But in companies like ITC, where I have worked for the past 8.5 years, there the entry salary of a chartered accountant is 23 lakhs. So it's almost 4 times of an average.
Yes, that's huge.
Yeah. So there are multiple opportunities. So that is the difference between HUL and ITC. In HUL only CA rankers are taken, and they generally don't come from placements. They generally directly send they shortlist the candidates basis the ranks, and then they conduct the interviews. Whereas ITC comes for campus placements in some of the select centers like Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, and Chennai. They do,
Okay.
or they select directly also. Like one can apply on their site, so get shortlisted. And if I say about the roles, which one can say, so there are multiple roles. Like there are around 15 to 20 roles which a fresher can get. So most of the people get around 50% of the people are posted to internal audit department of ITC,
Okay.
because every year they take around 20 to 30 people batch as internal auditors, and it is a 3-year stint. So multiple audits they do across businesses like foods business or paper business or hotels business, various even tobacco business, all this.
Yes.
Or some people are directly posted to a particular business. So when I joined ITC after 1 year experience in ICICI Bank, so I was posted directly in foods business division, which is based out of Bangalore.
Okay.
And foods division has multiple business, like you would have heard about Ashirwad Atta,
Yes.
then
Ashwagandha.
Sunfeast biscuit,
Yes.
Ippi noodles, then Bingo snacks. Then latest we have brought out Fable chocolates, Fable. Then Sunfeast Wonders milk has also come in select markets. Then
Okay.
everything is coming. So it's almost a 10,000 crore business in itself. So it is a division of ITC, but standalone it has a turnover of 10,000 crores. And there are multiple businesses. So I was posted in foods business, that Sunfeast biscuits category. So it has a turnover of around 3,000 crore. And in the initial, when I joined as a almost like a fresher and without any past leadership experience, but I was given quite a good role. Like I was made in charge of factories which had and I was made in charge of almost 21 factories of
Oh,
biscuits across India.
okay.
So at the age of 23, when I joined, there were 30 people reporting to me, and some had experience more than 30 years also. So more than my age people had experience like that. But
Um,
it was a good learning experience, and I got to know a lot of leadership. So in ITC, as I was telling, we get to work in a leadership role, and it's a fast track career. It's almost like IS cadre based system, like chartered accountants or IITians for the technical backgrounds, and for HR they take from XLRI, which is the best HR institute,
yes. Yes. Exactly.
and for marketing they take from IIM Ahmedabad or Bangalore, Calcutta, anything. So all are treated at par in ITC, and then we start our professional journey.
Okay. That was great, sir. Sir, we have also heard that the recruitment process at ITC is a bit stringent. So it would be really benefit a lot of new chartered accountants if you throw a light on the recruitment process, because I have also heard that they have a long journey with the recruitment and all. You have to pass a lot of barriers to get into the company. So it would be really beneficial if you share the recruitment process with us. And what are the things required in a candidate who joins the group, sir?
Okay. So I have told a little in the previous answer,
Yes.
but I would again say that there are two main ways of getting into ITC. One is to the campus placements.
Yes.
So there the recruitment process is fairly easier comparatively, because there not many rounds are there. So in campus placement, out of the various pool of candidates, they select and shortlist on the basis of the rank or article shape and various experiences.
Okay.
And then they conduct a group discussion. So once the GD happens, then there is 1 or 2 rounds of interview. So comparatively, it is similar to what the other companies also have. So, but the main difference is that since it is the highest paying thing, almost everyone wants to get into this. So there is huge competition in that. So this is one thing. But the other way, like through off campus, it is told, we can either directly apply on the ITC side, or there is a consulting firm called Fast Careers. So
Fast Careers.
Fast Careers.
Okay.
So they do the recruitment for ITC other than campus placements. So when I was working in ICICI Bank in Mumbai, that time I got to know that Fast Careers is holding interviews in Mumbai, and for that ITC employees only come for interviews. So it was a stringent. So I will tell about that process in detail. So we were told to put our resume on the site, Fast Career site. And what I know at that time in Mumbai, around 1,000 people had applied for that. So that was from Gujarat, Rajasthan, all the nearby area. So out of 1,000, around 100 people were shortlisted for the interviews, which happened in Mumbai. And for the interviews, there were 2 rounds which happened there. And once we were shortly out of the 100, around 10 people got shortlisted for the. Then the actual.
They're only selecting 10% of the total quota, like 1,000. Then it was 100. Then 100 ka bhi 10% was only 10.
That is only 10. But then the real interview process starts. So they have selected from here. Then we are given the appointment to go to Kolkata. Kolkata is the corporate head office of ITC.
Yes.
So we were told to go. So that time from various places, around 10 people had come. So out of 10, we first had group discussion. 2 group discussions happened. So fairly one by one. And that too, it's like a thing, like if they don't like the people who are discussing, if it is not, the content is not good or insightful or logical, then they might reject the entire group. All the 10 people will be told to go back. Like they would pay for that, but the interview process is over. Yeah. So anything. But ours was good. So out of that, around 8 people got selected for the interviews. Then there were 3 rounds of interviews.
3 rounds of interviews?
Yeah.
That's why I use the word stringent. The 3 rounds of interviews, like, oh my god.
After that, so out of that, so that is also various very senior level people of ITC take the interviews, like head of internal audit, then head of hotels division finance. He had come for interviews specifically from Delhi to conduct the interviews, and then was HR head. So that was also like, it's not only from what you have studied in the CA course. They try to check your current affairs also. Like that time in 2011, I gave this interview. That time GST had not yet come.
Yes.
But they asked me, but GST panel and all had started, empowered committee for taking decision. So they asked me, who is the head of the empowered committee, like that thing. So I was able to say, like that time the West Bengal finance minister was there. So they liked it. I know about other things. It's not that I know what is only excise duty, what is there, because that time GST and all had not come. So I cannot say, I don't know. It was like that. And one good thing what I remember, since you have asked this question, so it's like, I'll give just one example how we have to broaden our thinking and we should be able to answer whatever is asked. Like one person asked me, who was the head of the hotels division finance, he asked me that if we give if we allot you 500 crores to invest in setting up a new hotel in say Pune, or you can start with this amount a detergent business for ITC. What you should do? What are the decision points you will take into consideration? So you take 5 minutes and then we'll discuss. Then I wrote it down and discussion happened for 1 hour on this. What is the logic for selecting this and why not that? What are the economic reasons, political reasons, social reasons, everything. So it was like this. So it was fulfilling. So at the end of the day, we came to know that 3 of us have got selected from there. So we thought we will be given the this job offer. But then we were told that ITC CFO, Mr. Rajiv Tandon, he will conduct the final interview. So he wanted to check whether the people under him have selected the best candidates. So imagine the CFO of one of the largest companies of the country and having a turnover of 50,000 crore. He spends time to see all the selected candidates, whether they are of the quality which is required. So then again next week I was called for the CA4 round, and then I got selected, and I was directly posted to foods.
That means it is actually stringent, because you said that you had 3 interview rounds with the company, 1 interview round with the placement agency, that was the fast service.
That was ITC people only had taken. Only the shortlisting of the CVs was done by the placement.
But then I've never heard, because I also belong to a corporate field, that is, I worked with Aditya Birla Nuvo Limited in Mumbai. So my interview was just with one, because I'm a company secretary, so I just had to deal with the company secretary only, Devender ji, and then it was done. There was no technical round, there was no soft skill round and all, and there was no GD and everything. So when you told ki 3 interviews, I was like, 3rd interview, mein I would be totally blank at what I have to speak. So hats off to you. That's why, because since it's a huge company and there are lakhs of employees who are involved, so they need to get the quality people into the organization to give the quality to the people. So that is why I think so this particular part is there. So thank you so much, sir. The answer was actually very much a thought process was involved, that there are interview levels and the candidate has to prepare himself to get into ITC much before he wants to get into. Just आपने हरि भक्ति में काम किया and you were actually working with all the corporates, so you had an idea how the corporate workings are, what kind of questions they would be asking. So that is something.
So I did my articleship full time, like during which I got to do good audits. So that's why it's I got a good experience, even though I had not started my post CA qualification, but at least articleship also gave a good learning experience too.
All right, and I've also heard one more thing, that ITC they actually take for finance, they always prefer chartered accountants, and to MBAs they give the position for marketing only. So how much true is that they don't hire MBAs? Even if you're an MBA in finance, they're not going to place you in the finance department. They're going to put you in marketing only. So is that a true story, or is it only a bluff which people speak?
No, so it is partially true.
Okay.
So as I was telling, for chartered accountants, they take at a managerial position.
Yes.
And it's like a IS cadre like thing.
Yes.
Like you get to do grow fast track.
Okay.
So for this position, which is position at which I was telling you IITians are taken, or for marketing IIM Ahmedabad and IIM people are taken.
Yes.
So for that position, MBAs are not taken. MBA finance. So even if one is an MBA from IIM Ahmedabad in finance, like 2-year MBA, if someone has done, he will not be taken in ITC. That is primarily for chartered accountants only, because they think that since it requires a lot like direct tax, indirect tax, that financial management, company law, everything one should know. So those things generally it's not so much a part of the MBA course, because that is more of a management. Okay, so different companies have different policies. Like HUL takes MBA finance at par with CS, but in ITC they're not taking. So in ITC under us, like as I was telling, I had 30 people reporting to me.
Yes.
So out of those 30, around I think around 8 to 10 people would be MBAs. But they would be from, say, small colleges like Lovely Professional University or, say, Calcutta University, all those type of things. Or there would be cost accountants, CMA.
Okay.
Under me. There would be some people who are BCom or MCom, but with large experience in other companies and all. So those are things. So to help the CAs and those who are studying for CA to make a more informed decision out there. So there's a lot of difference between CA and non-CA in a large company like ITC. So qualification makes a huge difference. So those who are non-CA, as I was studying, like if someone is a MCom.
Okay.
So for him to come to the level in which I joined as a fresher, it would take a minimum of 15 years. If one is very good in his work, if he has managerial skills and all, if he is able to display that, after 15 years, maybe he can get selected for that level after various promotions. And otherwise, some people who don't have the capability, even if they work till retirement, they won't be able to get to that position. So this is the difference between CA
so
and non-CA.
basically, education is important, and moreover, a professional education is very important.
Yes. That's why it's important to do the hard work at the initial stage itself while studying, rather than after that crying over all this.
Yes, very true. So you're based in Bangalore. Like we had a discussion that you are settled in Bangalore right now. So what is the average remuneration in a city like Bangalore? Because Ahmedabad structure, Ahmedabad people don't get good salary or good amount because of the culture over here. So what is the average remuneration in Bangalore for any kind of an industry?
Average remuneration, I would say, would be around 6 lakhs, 50,000 per month is the average across IT industry or finance or engineering, everything. So, among CAs, I think it would be around 8 lakhs, a little higher than the average.
So you're able to manage your expenditures and all with this average remuneration if anybody wants to settle in Bangalore, because it is one of the most expensive cities in India.
Compared to Mumbai, it's not that expensive. Like real estate prices are almost same as in Ahmedabad, if I say.
Okay.
So rentals depends upon the locality, but for 7,000 or 10,000 rupees also one can get days on rent. And food generally, as you know, whether you stay in Ahmedabad or Bangalore, not much difference. Only say entertainment like movies and all, that's a little higher, but makes a difference of only 3,000 to 4,000 rupees per month, not much.
Okay, and one more thing I love about Bangalore is the weather. The weather is very soothing over here. In Ahmedabad, it is all humid and all, but Bangalore, it's very beautiful. I've been to Bangalore.
Yeah, fan also we can still like. Now I have not put on the fan.
So, I know.
AC is not there in any house.
ACs are not there in any of the houses.
Like in my house, I had purchased my flat here, but I have not installed the AC only. So one cannot think of that.
We cannot think without AC in Ahmedabad. It's like, how can you stay? How can you live over here? Wow, that's great. Sir, since ITC is a hardcore FMCG company, so how much traveling for work-related purposes is given to any CAs who join? So traveling is important in ITC?
Yeah, it's there, but it depends upon the role which one is assigned.
Okay.
So if I say like those who are posted in internal audit department, for them audit is there almost full time. For 3 years, they don't have any base location. They will move from one audit location to another. Like if they are doing for foods division, they will be coming to Bangalore for around 2-3 months. They will stay in ITC dormitories or hotels also. ITC has its hotels, so they can stay in the hotel also. After the audit gets over, they will go to say paper division, which is based out of Hyderabad. So they will keep on moving. So for them, it's very hectic comparatively.
Okay.
But benefit is that they don't have expenses of rent and all. Even food expenses are not there. Entire salary is like a savings for them. But for those who are posted, like for me, if I say, so my traveling was approximately 30% of my time. That too, it is a little higher compared to others because the factories where I was the CFO or the regional finance manager, they were located in Assam and West Bengal.
Okay.
And since I'm more a hands-down person, like I want to see that whether the work is happening as per the requirement, everything is under control. Every month I used to travel for around 1 week to 10 days.
That's quite difficult to travel. I mean, over the Assam, when you've got roads and all, the circular roads and all, so it's a bit difficult. Great. So means you just want to convey that in whichever department you are, it depends upon the department whether you would be traveling or not. It's not that every CA who joins will have to travel, right?
Yeah. Those who are in financial planning and MIS, or those who are in CAPEX or accounting, for them there is no travel as such. And every time they're working out of the location where they're posted. So for them, there's zero travel.
Okay. You also must be doing recruitments, right? You must be recruiting persons.
Yeah.
So what are the qualities which you look in any chartered accountant nowadays if you want to recruit somebody for your division under you? So what is that you're looking at? Ye insan mein ye hoga, so he would be under my team. So what is that you're looking at?
So one thing is that he should have the basic fundamentals clear. Like I will not ask him formulas. Tell me the formula of this thing, but basic 1 or 2 type of questions from which I can identify whether he has a grasp of the accounting knowledge or Companies Act. So 2-3 questions I ask pertaining to those things. And other than that, I mainly check his all-round skills. Like he should not be a nerd or padaku type only. Other than studies, he doesn't know anything. So he should be able to communicate well, and he should be smart. Like it's a not a common thing in FMCG industry. Like for consulting, like for McKinsey, Bain, what they officially call is the airport test. An airport test means if you're interviewing an airport test.
Airport
it
test.
means that if you're airport.
Okay.
So that means that if you are stuck with the other person in the airport for around 3 to 4 hours, you should not get bored. He should be able to speak about variety of topics, whether cricket or anything, films or work related. So that is the smartness one, which one likes to see. He should be able to communicate well. He might not be the best English speaker, but effective. It should be effective and it should be entertaining. And smartness should be there. That is one, because many of the things which you do, like when I was made the boss of 30 people, so it's not that I will use my functional experience or technical knowledge of CA every time. Soft skills are required in leadership positions.
Yes, true.
So you should be able to understand the other's point of view. You should be able to take decisions fast. Quick decision making is critical. Then problem solving skills.
Yes.
For me, problem solving skills are the most important skills to have in a manager, because otherwise, so even a clerk can do a thing. If he can just to analyze all the data, if all the data is down, he has to just add or subtract or do things on Excel. Anyone can do. For that, a CA is not required.
Yes.
So these are the things I see for, like I have not gone to CA campus placements, but in the before I quit ITC, in the past 1 year, I attended the campus interviews of CMA, cost accountants, CMA placements in Chennai and Kolkata. Okay. So there also I saw all those things and then selected. But yeah, it's okay. Yeah, the rigor which I would expect from CA is not same as CMA, because the salary
of course, there is a difference. So basically, in any candidate, you want that he should be technically fit, not that fit that he knows everything, but then he should know from where will I get the source. सब कुछ नहीं भी आता होगा तो भी उसको ये पता होना चाहिए कि ये चीज मुझे कहाँ से मिल सकती है. He should be smart enough. He should have intelligent quotient also, and then he should have a little bit of soft skills.
Yes.
Because the course which we are pursuing, CA or CS or any course, they can actually teach us how to study, but then how to be in the real corporate world, that we learn eventually once we are in the corporate world. So अगर हम अभी बता दें students को कि ये चीजें आपको करनी है, तो they will be more prepared and proactive in all this.
Yeah.
All right, sir. So as you know that right now the pandemic situation is going on, there is Corona thing. So how much the work culture has changed pre-Corona and post-Corona, and how well can we see the corrections coming in the market related to the work and the everything which has changed right now? So what is your take on that?
Yeah, so COVID is unprecedented circumstances.
Yes.
It's like a black swan event which has never happened before, and no one anticipated that such a thing could happen, and it would impact entire world in such a way. Like no one anticipated that lockdown would happen in India or other countries because of any disease. So that is one thing. And so it has impacted the work culture everywhere, especially work from home culture. Like in traditional companies like ITC, there was no concept of work from home before. So never we have thought it will be allowed. Like in IT companies, it was prevalent. In a week, around 3 to 4 days, and they used to work from home only, in Bangalore especially.
Okay.
But for us, we had never thought it will happen. But Corona made us change like this. Similarly, online education, like as you say, I don't know about Nauka, but for IIM Ahmedabad also, I have joined, but I am not able to go to the campus because of.
Okay, that's a big pain, because IIM Ahmedabad people die to go and see the campus. Even I can understand. And your ITC hotels is also impacted a lot because the hotel business is right now dead. So you think it would be corrected in the coming months? Do you see the inflow of foreigners coming or the tourists coming in?
No, for the service sector like hotels or tourism or the travel sector, I don't think that by the end of the financial year we'll be back to the pre-corona levels, because first of all, vaccine has not yet been finalized. Like today, we came to know in Russia some vaccine they have identified, but we don't know unless it is widely used. And that time only we'll come to know. So corona is here to stay, and I don't think it will get eliminated fully. So after 2-3 months, I hope that it becomes like a disease like say dengue or malaria. If someone gets this corona, they will go to the hospital and get treated and come back. So these sectors will be impacted a lot. But like I was in foods division.
Yes.
So Ashirwad, Atta, Sunfish Biscuits, they are having record turnover now. In the month of April, the company where I was the CFO, that had the highest monthly turnover till date since its inception in the month of May. So highest turnover, highest profit, and capacity utilization of the factory is 100%.
Oh God, that's great, because people had also started panic buying. So that was one of the most important factors which turned up as a boon to the FMCG companies.
Plus, there's a difference between essentials and non-essentials. So those essential commodities, they are having with huge volumes and all. But those which are premium things, like within ITC, we have our personal care division. So for high-end shampoos or soaps, they are not much purchased now.
Fiyama Devils.
Yes. And so people are more purchasing Vivel soap, which is a value for money.
Yes. Okay. Done. Now, this is the most important question which I wanted to ask from you. As I said in my opening, that you are right now pursuing MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, one of the most premium and prestigious MBA schools across the nation. What made you quit your illustrious job and pursue this after being a chartered accountant? क्योंकि लोग CA के साथ में जब वो articleship कर रहे होते हैं, they are looking out for work, they are looking out for petty expenditures, and they are looking out for small work. And you quit your 9.5 plus experience and you joined a full-time MBA. That is a brave decision, and you need to be someone who is outspoken to take this decision. So what made you do this? And everybody would be eager to listen to this decision of yours. Why?
Yeah. So there are two major factors. So I took the decision both from my brain as well as heart. So since I am from Ahmedabad, from 11th standard onwards itself, I had decided that I will do CA after passing my 12th. And after CA, I will work for some years, then I will do MBA. And that is long-term planning I used to do from my childhood itself. Like I used to make 5-year plans, 10-year plans, where I would want to see myself after that. So that was one thing. So, and also in 12th standard, I used to take tuitions in economics from a teacher who used to stay in IIM Ahmedabad campus only. Her husband was a professor of IIM. So for 1 year, I used to go to the campus every week. And that time I had decided I will do MBA, and that too only from IIM Ahmedabad. Nothing else. So luckily, after so many years, I've been able to got into this. I will cover in more detail later, but I will tell first what are the reasons. So one was the emotional reason, that was since it was a childhood dream, I wanted to follow this.
Okay.
And other than that, from an analytical point of view on this, so what I thought, since I've got a CFO role in a company of subsidiary company of ITC, and there's a CEO as such, so I was the highest authority in that company.
Yes.
And I was involved from the scratch, like setting up the factory, then starting the operation, creating the HR structure, IT. So other than finance also, I handled other functions, HR, IT, procurement, logistics, everything. So end to end, I got a chance to see. And more of a strategic level, like reasons and interaction with the top management I put in. So I thought that my capabilities lie beyond finance also. So in finance, I have done almost, like in CA Finance, we have 8 subjects. So since I got a good role in ITC, I am one of the lucky few who was able to utilize all the learning of the 8 subjects, like whether it is company law, direct tax, indirect tax, accounting, financial management, costing, everything. So like if I had, if one works in banking sector or some other sector, they will not be able to utilize all these things. They will be typecasted in something. So I had utilized everything which I had to gain in the CA course. Plus I thought I can do more in the area of marketing or HR or product management. So my long-term goal, which I have made over the past a few years is to become CEO of a company rather than the CFO.
Okay. So you
So
want to become the CEO who can handle all the different roles. Apart from finance, you want to explore other fields also. All right.
so I want to get a 360-degree view of things. And since my main strength is to solve the problems, getting the work done, whichever is the problem. So I never give up. Means whatever is the challenge, I like to take up challenges and get the work done. So I feel that it is the way forward for me. And for becoming CEO, MBA is required in most of the companies because education qualification plays a big role. Like after 10 years, I cannot do MBA because that time the responsibilities will be more, even opportunity cost will be much higher than what is now.
So you have actually matched two things. One is your dream of doing an MBA, and that dream you converted into a passion of becoming a CEO. So you clubbed two things, your dream and your passion, into IIM Ahmedabad. So you're doing it into marketing?
No, so it is a 1 year course. It is not having a separate thing. Like normally in 2 year MBA, first is common and second year is specialization.
Okay.
Here, since all the people who have joined like me, they have average experience of 9 years in this batch. So basic things we know about all the day. So we are taught about more strategic marketing, strategic finance, then product management, and overall consulting or high-end leadership and various changes, structural changes, how to bring about all those things. So it is a course having compulsory courses in the first 2 terms, and the second 2 terms are electives. But overall is one only. There is no specialization as such.
Almost after 9 years, you got back as a student. So how do you feel being a student again? No doubt you are a learner, because as you said that you've always been learning new things. So you are a learner, but then being into the shoes of a student again, learning those books and also, how was your experience with that?
So I believe that investment in knowledge pays the best interest.
Yes.
There is no investment better than investing in myself.
Studying.
So comparatively, this course is quite costly. 30 lakhs is the fees of IIM Ahmedabad for 1 year.
So whatever you have saved in last 9 years, you have actually invested in.
Plus, I should not tell, but my salary is more than 60 lakhs per annum in ITC. So overall, if we see, it's a huge amount. Almost 1 crore impact is there for this if we have everything. But then also, I believe that in the long term, it will pay off. Like in financial management, we read IRR or NPV, net present value of decision. So in the long run, it will surely pay off easily. Plus, I will get opportunity to go into areas which I would not get if I am just a CA. So rather than, it's like a कोई जाना है कहीं दूर डेस्टिनेशन में तो फ्यूल पहले भरा लो, ऐसा नहीं कि रास्ते में खत्म हो जाए पहले से. So in this 1 year, I will get to have a fresh perspective, learn about new areas.
And you'll also get a break from your monotonous work, and then you'll have fresh ideas, innovations going on that are going to help you again. All right. So any plans of getting back to ITC once you complete your IIM?
No, as of now. Otherwise, if I had plans of getting back, I would not have resigned from this company, because in ITC, there is an option that ITC will pay for the entire thing.
Okay.
But thing is that you have to join at the same level and you have to have a lock-in period of 5 years. So I thought there is no use of doing MBA. Otherwise, as I told, for higher level only CAs are considered.
Yes.
So this MBA from IIM Ahmedabad would be of no use, just as a designation or qualification. Like people do other qualifications, MCOM or this.
That's
EMA along with CA. It would be like that. So I don't want it to become like that.
And one more thing, sir, any plans of you migrating outside India? Because then, since you had so much of experience, I cannot resist myself to ask you this question. You didn't thought of going abroad or settling abroad?
No, I want to stay in India only.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to stay?
Some of my batchmates were done CA with me. Some people have gone to Australia, some to Canada. But I feel that it's not worth it after spending so much time in CA qualification and experience. We cannot start from scratch in a migrant.
That's why
in India, like I'm a proud Indian, so I don't want to become a second grade citizen in another
Yes,
country.
that's why I asked you, because nowadays there's a culture and a craze of among students that now I've become a CA, now I'm going to try in Australia or Canada and I'm going to settle in US. So that's why I asked that is the craze temporary or is it a permanent craze? Or people like you with so illustrious experience should throw a light on this. Ki nahi, if you're earning good in India, you should settle in India only, and there is no need to contribute to other nations. So that's why I asked this question. And one more thing I would like to say is, many people think that they can never study again after joining their jobs, but you are in perfect epitome and a perfect person to have an inspiring look that पढ़ने की कोई उम्र नहीं होती, पढ़ने का कोई समय नहीं होता. It's the right time that you start and it's no age that you start. So even at 9.5 years of experience, you have quit your job and joined IIM Ahmedabad. That's truly inspiring for many people out there जिन्होंने अपना पढ़ाई अभी शायद रोक दिया होगा जॉब करने के लिए. So they can definitely look up to you.
Yeah, वही है कि we should not be complacent कि I have learned everything.
Yeah.
There's something more to learn, because once we think of that, then our growth is stopped, according to me. And we are also limited by what is there in our mind. Like for me, I used to always think, yeah, I will do MBA after work. But like some of the things I thought it is not possible. Like I used to think that it is not possible to study after marriage. So I am still single. So I thought I will do after MBA only, marriage and everything. But when I joined this IIM course, I got to know out of the 140 people, 60% are married. Out of that, more than half are female. So they have kids also. So
Okay.
I had not thought that people like female working in a corporate for 8 years, having a family, having 2-year-old kid, they would think of doing MBA. So
Yes.
people are that. So I salute to those people, how they have such commitment.
Great. Anything else you would like to say, sir, before we wind up?
So it's a pleasure that you invited me for the talk show.
It's indeed a pleasure for us and all the viewers who would be listening and watching this particular interview, that how important it is to start your career at the right time. As you said that you did your articleship from Hari Bhakti and you had a full-time articleship. In spite of all the odds, you did that articleship. You worked for ICICI company. Then you switched to ITC. You had a long-term stability of 8.5 years. You actually managed to carve a niche for yourself. So that is something which is remarkable, and I salute to that spirit of yours, that you are still into the learning field and you will be doing your IIMs and all that. So that is something which is achievable and remarkable. I would just have a vote of thanks to you, sir. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your experiences with Navkar Digital Institute. I'm sure that everybody who would be watching would get inspired from you and your thoughts. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nivya.
Thank you, sir.
If you like this video, share it with your friends. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch more such videos and learn from our expert faculty members. Press the bell icon to get regular notifications whenever we upload a new video. Download NDI mobile app to get complete CA course online. We value your support. Thank you for watching.